Deputy Foreign Minister of Türkiye, Mehmet Kemal Bozay, joins us in an exclusive interview for Across the Balkans. I appreciate your presence during these challenging times for Bosnia and Herzegovina, Minister Bozay. Now, Turkey plays a crucial role in the Balkans, especially in Bosnia and Herzegovina. How does Ankara perceive its responsibilities during this current, let's say, the most serious crisis so far?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. You know, first of all, our responsibility starts with the name of the region, Balkans. It's a Turkish word, and it shows, it's a self-explanatory thing that shows the connections of Turkey to the region and the countries in the region. And our priority, our responsibility as being one of the main actors in the region, as being one of the main countries in the region, to have, political, economic stability, prosperity, welfare, of the people in the region, and this responsibility comes from our historic, cultural, political, economic, and also social ties with the region. And here, when we have a situation in the region, we immediately try to find some solutions together with a regional understanding, with a regional approach. We try to use our diplomatic experience and the tradition. And here again, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, when we have some issues like we are having in the current situation, immediately our president got in touch with Excellency Bečirović. He was in Turkey, and after his visit we had also made a very clear statement on the 14th of March. Our foreign minister met with some colleagues from the region. And also during the visits of Albanian foreign minister, Croatian foreign minister, one of the main issues on the agenda in the press statements was the situation in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Our minister made our position very clear, and our priority is, as I mentioned, the welfare, prosperity, and stability in the region, and we will continue in this direction. You see that our contribution to the peace operations are also, and also some of the missions there throughout the history is very clear. And we will continue with this direction, with classical Turkish diplomatic traditions, being in touch with all the actors, and also we will use our, position in the region with the other actors to find solutions, regional solutions to any problems. And we should not be so much, excited in those issues, because all over the world we see so many issues. Okay. The important thing is, in a calm way, with a diplomatic approach, by including everyone, not excluding any actor, to find a solution. Our priority, of course, and it is our main goal, to have territorial integrity, sovereignty of Bosnia and Herzegovina intact, according to the Dayton Agreement, according to its constitution.
Right. But at the moment, we have Milorad Dodik, Republika Srpska leader, who's been a central figure in Bosnia for a long time. And he often describes his relations with Ankara as very good. He often says, and he welcomes Ankara's role in Bosnia and Herzegovina. But at the moment, we have him not respecting the laws of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Is Ankara engaging with him in trying to, I know you said we discussed with all sides, but what has been done particularly in the communication with him, as he usually often respects and often stresses how it's important for him to have good relations with Turkey?
We have our own ways to carry our diplomatic messages. These messages related with Bosnia and Herzegovina go to all the actors in Bosnia and Herzegovina in proper channels. And our leader, our president, is one of the most experienced leaders in the world at this point. And all actors, all political figures, they would like to benefit from his guidance, his experience. This is very normal to have contact with Dodik, with all others, Bečirović, and my minister, with Minister Konaković. This is the overarching position of Turkey. We would like to include everyone. We would like to accommodate the interests of the groups, but we have our lines, as I mentioned. The territorial integrity, sovereignty of Bosnia-Herzegovina is out of question. If not, it cannot be discussed. It is there, and on this basis, we are ready to contact with everyone, and we are doing it. Mm-hmm. And Turkey's respected position, Turkey's approach to the, bringing all sides in a peaceful way together to find some solutions to the problems is highly appreciated with every actor. This is why we are in touch with all the actors, including Dodik. And I can tell you, we will continue. This is a process, and now you will see more contacts with all the figures. Our president, our foreign minister, our relevant other actors in Turkey will be in touch with their counterparts, and also with the other countries in the region, because this is
who do you see? Who do you see
with all the actors?
Right. Who do you see as your main partners in solving this crisis?
Presidential Council is the main partner, but also the federation authorities in the federation, and also RS are we are seeing them as the actors that we are in touch. But while we are doing it, we are in touch. We know that we have three trilateral mechanisms like Bosnia, Herzegovina, Serbia, Turkey. Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, and Turkey will use these mechanisms as well. We are in touch with all the actors, all these countries, and I can assure you, Turkey will be one of the main actors finding a solution for the stability in the region. We know that we are having difficult times because it's all over Europe. We have so many issues, and here the Balkans throughout the history can be affected from all these issues, but we shouldn't be in the narrow corridors of short-sighted political interests. We should look from a bigger perspective. While so many things are happening in the region, while there are some tectonic moves, Bosnia and Herzegovina is an independent country with having some inspirations to have better conditions in the country, to have better future for the new generations, to have more economic and social activities, social policies, in order to have the young generation to be hopeful for the next their future. And also Turkey has a strategic approach to the Balkans, not trying to be only be in vicious cycles, but to show that to the region and all the actors in the region, including the ones in Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have, big changes, transformations all over the world, and Bosnia and Herzegovina should not be just restricted with internal vicious discussions, but look for a prosperous future for the young generations by thinking about how to keep the country according to the needs of today's world.
Right. Yes, it's very difficult to have a good perspective of the country at the moment, as we see the current crisis is escalating as we speak. But, Turkey is a member of the Peace Implementation Council in Bosnia. Turkey is also an active part of military forces, both in Bosnia and Kosovo. And many see, especially in the region, but not just from the region, but also other international actors, that Ankara will take a lead role in keeping Bosnia safe, and not just Bosnia, but with Bosnia in preventing another conflict in the EU. Do you believe that Ankara will have a leading role in this crisis?
We will. It's naturally that we have an important role in this crisis, in the way to solve it. We will have some other contacts. You will see in the coming days there will be more engagement of Turkey to the issue, but we don't want to be in a position that interfering the domestic political issues of Bosnia, and we need to have some more arrangements and we will do it according to the needs of the process going on now.
Deputy Foreign Minister Bozay, you spent many years in Bosnia working, and you have strong ties with the country. What is the main message that Ankara wants to send to people of Bosnia during these challenging times when, you know, we are all in fear, having in mind what we have been through in the 90s? We are just afraid that the conflict might return.
You know, as we have very special relations, including me, personal connections, in the hearts of and minds of Turkish people, Turkish government, Bosnia and Herzegovina has a very special place. And our policies towards Bosnia and Herzegovina will be always for the good of the people there. And they can be assured that Turkey will be always next to them and will not let any serious problem to occur in the country without interfering the internal politics by diplomacy, by engaging with all the actors there. Turkey will do its utmost to find a solution to this crisis as well, and this solution will be also helpful and accepted by all the elements and people and also actors in the Bosnia.
Thank you so much, Deputy Foreign Minister. I know you wanted to share a message to North Macedonian people following the tragedy that took place there. So please go ahead. I'll give you some time here.
I would like to extend our sincere condolences to our North Macedonian friends, people. It was such a big tragedy. In the region, you know, when there are some difficult times, we get together and we help each other. North Macedonians sent their teams during after the earthquake in Turkey, and they showed solidarity to us. And after this tragedy, we stand next to North Macedonian people, and immediately we had our ambulance airplanes there, and now we brought 9 North Macedonian friends to Turkey for treatment, health treatment, and also I repeat my condolences to both North Macedonian people and wish them to heal their wounds as soon as possible. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Deputy Foreign Minister Mehmet Kemal Bozay, for your time for us on Across the Balkans.
Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you.
Thank you.